Hi everyone, today we're looking at the REVECHO by Donner. The REVECHO is a twin pedal. It's a combination of reverb and delay, and you've got 5 different controls, 2 for reverb, 3 for delay. It also has an incredible tap, tempo, and tails function that we're going to take a look at as well. So let's plug this guy in and check it out. All right, so let's check out the REVECHO by Donner. So straight up controls across the top here. You've got your, actually you can think of it as 2 separate groupings here. The first 2 groupings on the left here are for your reverb, and the other 3 are for your delay. So on the left here, you've got reverb and decay. So you can think of it as how much actual reverb that you want to include here. So if you can kind of think of it as like when you roll it back down, just the mix of the reverb that's going to be in there. And then the decay is how much of the reverb is actually going to stay in the mix until it starts to die off. The next 3 controls are pretty much just for the delay. You've got the level, which again is sort of like a mix, how much of the delay you want present in the mix. Feedback is the number of repeats that you're going to add in there. And then the delay is the actual speed of the delay itself. So 2 on the one side, 3 on the other. We'll try them individually and then we'll mix them all in together. The controls down here activate the different, they activate the reverb or the delay or both. You can have them both on. And then there's some interesting ones here as well. With the delay, they have a hold setting so that you can set a tap tempo on, which is really cool. And then on the reverb side, if you tap and hold, you're going to be able to turn the tails off, or what they call, they call them the tails. So what that means is it's going to allow you to have your effect sort of taper off or fade out, as opposed to immediately shut off if you turn the effect off, which is a really cool feature. So because sometimes you don't want to have the delay, but you're finishing off a song or a section of a song, and you just kind of want it to fade out as opposed to just abruptly stopped. So that's a very cool option to have. So let's start with the delay here, and we'll just turn it on right now. Nice bright green light on here. And we'll just adjust the levels. So that's with the level cranked. Bring it down. And so completely out. Let's go about 9 o'clock here. Yep, so you can just barely hear that there. There, now it's coming back. There we go. And up to 12. Yeah, so nice in the mix there. So bring it back a little past, or sorry, a little before 12. And it's just nicely sitting back there at the mix. And then we can bring it a little more forward, a little more front into the mix, 9 o'clock. And then get real crazy here. Set it to max. So that's all the different settings on the level. All right, so let's bring it back to about 12, maybe around 1 o'clock. Okay, feedback is also a very obvious function if you've used delays before. The higher you crank up the feedback, the more repeats you're going to get. Okay. And then we'll bring it way down to minimum. And you get exactly 1. All right. And then somewhere around the middle there. So fades out at around 4. Okay. So lots of delay. I wonder if it's an infinite delay. How far is it going to go? It'll go for a while. Okay. Very cool. And then you have your delay time. So you can max it out right there. There we go. And then let's speed it right up. Yeah, so almost a slapback now. Almost sounds like reverb. And then bring it back to 12 o'clock almost. Okay, and then back to 12. So I haven't shown you one of the coolest features yet, and that's the tap tempo. So the way that that's going to work is you're going to click and hold, and you'll see it's already at the tap tempo setting. And now if I want to adjust it, I'm going to bring the feedback up just a little bit here. So very, very cool. You've got a nice tap tempo set there. And I'm going to actually show the tails on here as well. So all I did there was click and hold. And if I did this right, I'm going to put this back into normal mode. Yeah, so it's, there we go. So I play it once. And then I turn it off. Sorry, I was still in tap tempo mode. All right, so let's try this again. So it's on. And then when I turn it off, it fades out. It doesn't completely shut off. So if I do this again, so I turn the tails off this time. You saw it flicker there. So I'm going to turn the delay on. And then when I turn it off, completely off. So by setting the tails on there, you'll get it to sort of trail off as opposed to the effect ending abruptly. So then it ends, and now it's not out, or it's not in at all. Okay, so the tails is a really, really cool function. All right, so let's look at the reverb side. It's a little bit more easier to review because there's only two buttons on here. So you've got the reverb, which is sort of like a mix knob. And then you can set the decay level. Let's crank it for a second. Very, very echoey, very nice and chamber-ish. So let's bring the decay up to around 12 o'clock. Let's hear that sound. Very cool. Let's tighten up the reverb a little bit here. Bring it down in the mix. Very cool. And let's crank it right up. I'll bring the decay up as well. Okay, so again, if I want to use the tails effect, Just make sure it's on first. So you can hear that. That's with the tails on. And then I'm going to turn it on once more. And tails off. So there. Okay, so it ends very abruptly. So depending on what your preference is, if you want to keep it around for a little bit, let it fade out, or let it die immediately, you can do that. Okay, so I like to do a little bit of ambient stuff using volume pedals. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to have them both on. I'll turn the reverb off first and set a delay here. So let's do something like here. Let's actually set it and turn it on. Maybe just set it a little quicker. There we go. And then let's put the reverb on as well, and let's give it lots of decay and lots of presence. And then I've got a little volume pedal that I've set up down here on the floor. So I'm just going to swell some chords in here. Very nice. All right, so let's do a quick wrap up and we'll be right back. All right, so what did we think of the REVECHO by Donner? It was a really cool pedal, nice ambient tones that you can find in here. The actual design of the pedal itself was really well done. I loved the rubberized knobs on here, very easy to grip, and you can imagine if it's sitting down on the floor on your pedal board and if you need to tweak there, the fact that you've got the rubbered ends on them makes it really easy to make the adjustments. There's some resistance there, which is good too, because when you're doing fine tuning, you don't want to like make a small adjustment and all of a sudden, boom, you know, it moves substantially. So there's a little bit of resistance on there, which is great. The whole weight of the unit is nice as well. All right, as you could tell in the video, the echo sounds and the reverb sounds were nice and lush. You could get really crazy and create some really cool swells using a volume pedal. The tails function worked perfectly with the click and hold once I figured out how to do it. And then also with the tap tempo, it was great. You could actually leave it on the tap tempo setting and click it if you, as long as you plan on having it as like an always on pedal. So again, nice sturdy design, very well built, very fun to play. If you need more information, you can find it at donnerdeal.com. And don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Have an awesome day.